On this episode of the Unsettled Hunter podcast, you will be listening to a discussion between myself, Chris Hendershot, and Sky Panipak from Clyde River, Nunavut. As you will hear, this discussion was prompted by Sky and his family moving to Nunavut at the end of summer 2017. I hope to stay in regular contact with Sky and get regular updates about how he's doing out on the land. Please enjoy the episode. Would you like to introduce yourself?
So I'm Scirish, Matu Natugu Panipak. Most people call me Sky. I'm currently in Parry Sound, Ontario. Where my mother's from. My father's from Clyde River, Nunavut. I spent my first 5 years of my life up there. Have some amazing memories from it. Then I went back a few times. I was lucky enough several years ago to meet the love of my life up there in Iqaluit when I went up, and we're returning to Pangnirtung, her hometown, in a few months.
To stay?
To stay. We're going to be there for at least 5-10 years. We're going to be there to help her parents. Her parents are aging, and her father still wants to hunt and get on the land. And I really want to get on the land myself and relearn the things I picked up when I was a kid. And I really look forward to being alongside my father-in-law and regaining that. And one of the tricky things is he's unilingual and Inuktitut only, and my Inuktitut is very sparse, so it's going to be a challenge. But I think it's the best way to learn. Just jump with him with both feet and have to do it.
How old is he?
He's 75 now.
And always lived in Pang?
Yeah, always lived in Pang. They have 6 children altogether, and 3 of them are still in Pang. 2 were down here. We're moving back up, so there'll be 4 in Pang, and 1 in Iqaluit, and one down here still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he would be one of the first people to have been settled then.
Yeah. They actually
or did he want to be?
they lived in an outpost camp until Margaret was 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she didn't even start going to school until she was 10. When she started, she knew very little English. I hope she doesn't mind me saying all this, but she doesn't. And now she's a teacher, and with a early childhood education under her belt as well. An amazing woman that just blows my mind every day. Yeah.
Cool. So in terms of going back to Pang, or in terms of your relationship and understanding of hunting, like what is it? Does it excite you to go back? Is it the skill that you want to learn? Is it just being out there and not having like the total different type of way of living? And I don't mean way of living in the way that's used, but it is literally a different way of living. For sure,
it's 100% a different way of living. I can't wait. Like when I was up there last, I was 13. I didn't really get to gain a lot of the skills in preparing the animal and everything like that. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to get back to when I was a child in Clyde. When my father or grandfather would come back with a catch, they would prepare it at my grandparents' home, and then all of us grandkids would take bits, and my grandfather would say, "This elder really loves this cut of meat. Take it," and we'd run to the person's home, my cousin and I, give it to them, drop it off. We'd get all the praise, and then we'd run back because we'd be able to eat more while they were preparing, and then they'd have something else ready, and they'd send us through the community. That's one of the things I really want to. I really look forward to being able to do. I want to make sure that whatever I get, I'm sharing in the community.
Cool. So you said you lived in Clyde until you were 5.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Did you go? Obviously, you probably went out on the land, but did you partake? Because Ruben says he killed Ruben, and I'll do this for the podcast purposes. Yeah. Who is another guest and another person who we'll be talking to?
And who was my stepbrother when I was 13. And I was up there last. Yeah.
Says he killed his first seal when he was 3. His dad had him kill a young seal just to get him used to it and so did you, when you were that young, did you have a chance to do that?
I don't remember that. I'd have to ask my father if I did that or not when I was that young. My early memories up there actually were my very first one was out in land camping, the summer hunt, and and a polar bear came into our camp. My father ushered us all into the tent, had his rifle ready to go, round in the chamber, and we had to be very quiet. And he watched as it came down the hill through the camp, and we zipped the tent up, which seems kind of silly now, but zipped the door in the tent, and it went by. You could hear it stepping on the ground as it went by, really close, and went down and down to the water and had a drink. And my dad let us stick our heads out to see it down, having a drink. And I couldn't have been more than, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 at the time. But it'll stay with me till the day I die. That watching that bear drink, turn around, and start back up, and my father pushing us back in, and we all clambered to the back of the tent, and it just walked by us on the way back up. It was that's always stuck with me, and I hope to be able to have. Maybe not quite like that, but I hope to have more memories like that and be able to do that with my children, our baby daughter, and hopefully the other kids will come up and be able to get out on the land too to get the feel for it. Because my 2 down here they've been to Ocala, but they've never really been on the land, and I look forward to hopefully getting them out too.
Do they fish or
hunt? Or my son is an avid fisherman, who strangely doesn't really eat fish. He loves to catch, and he'll clean it if you make him. But he likes to share. He likes to make sure people are eating. He's pretty cool that way. It blows my mind that he doesn't really eat. He'll have a bite. More to, I guess, honor the fish than anything. But he won't really eat fish.
Huh. Just fish. He's not a he's a meat eater too.
Yeah, okay, he's a meat eater. He's just not into fish. He'll eat smelts and some other stuff, but not much. It's just neat. And then I'm really
char may change that.
Yeah, char. He likes char. He doesn't eat a lot of it though when we have it. So it's
so he really doesn't like fish, or doesn't prefer it.
He doesn't prefer it. He doesn't spit it out, but he just doesn't. He'd rather have something else. Yeah. And we've just I've just started getting back into hunting in the last few years, so we've gone out a few times. Not with much luck. I guess bringing a teenage boy in the bush here is a bit of a challenge.
So hunting around Perry Sound,
yeah,
that it?
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of spots to hunt around Perry Sound. There's a fair bit of moose, a lot of deer. We have a healthy wolf population, rabbits. All kinds of things, yeah.
So did you hunt at all, or?
When I was young, my stepfather, I went out with him sometimes. We didn't have the greatest relationship with us. We didn't do a lot of it together. But I got to go out a bit. And when I got old enough to get my own 22, I was about 14. We used to go hunting a lot with my friends. We get the odd rabbit, maybe a partridge. But again, we were teenagers, so we sounded like a train going through the bush, and we didn't see much.
You gave them a fair warning.
Yeah,
a nice heads up that you're coming in.
Yeah, we mostly shot targets with some luck.
Yeah. So when you go back, you're going back by September. You'll be
we're going back. We should be going back middle of August.
Okay.
So Margaret's teaching, so she'll get settled in so she can get her classroom ready and everything like that. And I'm eagerly awaiting getting up and get to go hunting with my father-in-law, and hopefully right away. I got to go up for our Margaret's eldest daughter's wedding last year, and we went out seal hunting my first day in Pang. We didn't realize the scope was loose, so we weren't really hitting much of anything except for ice and a bit of water.
You went out. It was ice. It wasn't open.
Yeah,
water?
it was in May. We went on the ice. We went to the flow edge as well.
Okay.
But first we toured around and tried to spot as many as we could. We took a lot of shots. I actually hit one big older seal with no real success.
Okay.
It managed to get down the hole. But because the scope was so off, we missed everything. We were shown up by a 10-year-old boy who I believe he's 7 or 10. He got a seal that day and we didn't.
Okay.
So we were fortunate enough to be able to go, and when we went to the flow edge, we had that seal.
Okay.
We had some right there. It was amazing. It just flooded back lots of memories as a kid, being out with my grandfather, being able to have fresh meat right then, and with some amazing men that were trying to give me as many tips as they could and encourage me to keep trying. It was really good.
It's probably an unfair question, but do you have a favorite food or a favorite animal to eat?
I really like caribou. When I was a kid, my favorite was the marrow, and and as my grandfather would break the bones open, he'd give me first stab. I was pretty spoiled as a grandkid. So I was pretty lucky that way. But yeah, that was definitely my favorite as a child. I still enjoy it now. Caribou's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Have you had a lot of seal? Because well, again, when we went to the Magdalen Islands, we ate seal almost every day. So
yeah. We regularly get seal here. People bring it down for us, which is amazing. Yeah, when people come to visit, they generally bring us some country food.
Oh, cool.
Which Margaret prepares for us, and just it's I love it. I really I like, and we get to, we're here, we share with our friends, and invite them over to eat, kind of like you would up north, and we enjoy letting them try new things. Like when we have mukta, we have whale, we let them try it, and everyone's kind of hesitant at first because it's kind of scary, right? Yeah. You see it there all cut up in tiny little cubes, and you're like, I don't know. And we make sure we tell them right away that our feelings won't be hurt if you spit it out, because that's one of those things that it's either you like, or you're going to spit it out, or you're going to swallow it and wish you'd never put it in your mouth. So we make sure we put people at ease and let them know that we know it's not for everyone. So if you can't stomach it, it's okay, but try it.
Yeah. I've done my best to try most things.
Yeah, me too. I've tried a few things that I had some. We were in Iqaluit. I had some stomach lining from a caribou.
Okay.
And as soon as it hit my mouth, it was the most sour thing I'd ever put in my mouth. And I chewed it and I swallowed it, and then I couldn't eat it anymore.
Oh, dear.
It was just it was a little overpowering for me. I mean, it might be good for other people, but it was not my cup of tea. That's for sure.
Have you ever had an eyeball from the seal?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
I haven't since. I've been hesitant. I don't know. It seems silly because I do remember having it, and then I've had kumaks before when I was a kid and stuff. But now I don't know if it's just my age or my time down here. It just I'm sure I will, but it's just I hesitate.
Maybe that first seal back.
Yeah. I'll have to make a point of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, because when we went to the island, it was supposed to go seal hunting, but seal hunting in the Magdalen Islands, is not, well, it's almost this, if you're not from Nunavut, it's the same. There's a lot of regulation. You can go and observe. Even then, we still had to get a license to do it commercially.
Yeah.
But,
so was the course as boring as Ruben made it sound?
We didn't. They have a special permit to do it, just to observe.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. You still have to be supervised by, or you have to go with a professional and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was a threat or a joke, but definitely if we'd got a seal, I think I would have had no choice but to eat the seal eye. I think Ruben would have been disappointed had I turned it down. So, but unfortunately, there were no seals there. April apparently is not the month to go. But and there too, because the ice is no longer reliable. There's either not enough or too much, and so it's really only the gray seals that they go after, which are apparently 700-pound behemoths, but they no one really knows much about them, which I found strange. Not the people, but I even looked up just if there was any sort of like any sort of research on it, on like migration patterns, and there wasn't really anything that was obvious. But the presumption is that they just follow the fish stocks, and the fish stocks move away from the islands in April. But apparently they come back in May.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently good time is in the summer, except that they're not supposed to hunt them when the tourists are there.
Oh, yeah.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I when we went up to Pang as well for the wedding, I also got to go fishing again.
Oh yeah.
We went char fishing, and it was probably the last trip anyone took fishing, because the trails for snow machines were starting to get pretty bare, and the rivers were getting a little soft. We actually went through one point a little bit and had to pull the snow machine out, and it was quite the challenge. But it was a great day. We left at about 11 in the morning, came home at 11 at night, still light out, and I got to catch some char, which made me feel really, it was kind of challenging, because you catch them a lot different than fishing down here, where most of them I snagged. So I had to figure out that when I snag them, I can't just yank them up the hole like a pike or anything I'd catch here. And I'd lost a few of them right at the hole, because they'd bump against the ice and get off the hook. It was great. I know Alex helped me, my son-in-law helped me, gave me some pointers on catching and cleaning and everything, because it's more like a trout than, for down here, it's more like a trout than most fish, so I didn't have to do as much with the bones. They're nice and soft, so they melt when you put them in a pan. It was a wonderful trip. We caught a few fish and had lots of laughs, and had some nice food out on the lake. And then so I rode and drove on my father-in-law's snow machine with one of my sister-in-laws, and on the way back I rode in the Kamotik. And we got about halfway back, and just looking around, having that time, not concentrating on hanging on or driving the snow machine. I got to just look around and take everything in, and it really made everything flood back from my childhood, just getting out camping with my grandparents and my father. And did you unplug in?
Nope.
Yeah. And it actually, I started to tear up, and just pure happiness, just being just seeing all the rocks and the lichen and the mountains and hills, and being back out in the land. It just just reawoken my childhood memories of getting to do that and being with family, and it was one of the most amazing experiences, short of my children being born, that I've had in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, I would, I like to think I don't cry too easy, but I let it come when it did, and it just brought joy to my heart, just flooded me with emotions. It was punny.
What time of day was it? Was it like, was the sun helping too with the reflecting and
it was just a bit of everything, right? Like it was just wonderful. Like it just everything was something I thought I'd never get to do again, kind of thing. It just so it made a big difference.
So in terms of going back, like it's as much, like it's a really kind of an emotional uplift.
Totally,
and just I don't really have a word for it, because I don't translate my emotions into words well.
It was it was I wasn't expecting it either. That was the kicker, right? Like it was on the seal hunt, it was really exciting. We kept spotting them and trying to get up to them, trying to get close enough for a shot. So I was very active, right? So I was just kind of taking that in as more an activity and more hunting than really taking in my surroundings. I paid enough attention that I could have got home if something happened.
Okay.
But not, I wasn't just letting myself relax and just really enjoy it. Enjoy this, like, the landscape and enjoy the landscape and everything, which was nice in the Kamitik because I was just sitting and just had nothing. There's an option
Yeah.
on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was just being in the Kamitik and just having the time to just let it soak in was beyond pretty much beyond what I can describe. It just it was overwhelming in a good way.
Yeah. Do you have any desire to get up on the cliffs and search for eggs?
I think that'd be neat. But I am turning 41 in October, so that might not. I might chicken out.
Okay.
I couldn't even. I had a hard time jumping from about 15 feet off a cliff into the bay, into Georgian Bay with my kids last summer.
Okay.
So I probably won't do it. It seems intriguing. I'd like to, but I know I couldn't. I'm sure I couldn't.
That amazes me.
Yeah.
Just I'm scared of heights, so that everything would amaze me. But just it's like, wow, that's not.
Yeah.
I hope the eggs are good. I haven't tried.
Yeah. I'm sure they'd be delicious.
Yeah,
if you
well,
had to go
yeah,
get them. Yeah, they'd be the best eggs ever.
Well earned.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we should talk about. Your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Or like that
Yeah.
that plan, because that's
for
that's
sure.
beyond this, and hopefully, get
yes.
people to look you up and see how you're doing.
Yeah. So my goal is when I get up there is to shoot videos of when I get to go out in the land and get to hunt. Hopefully some community stuff and things with my family, and put them on my YouTube channel. So it's New Hunter, and capital N, capital U, small b, that's for newbie, and U for Nunavut, right? And then Hunter for obvious hunting reasons, hunting and fishing. I really want. My real goal is here just to done. My real goal is to just to document for myself and for my family and my friends down here, so they can follow along with the things I'm doing, so I don't have to, so they can actually visually see all the amazing things you get to do up there, all the hunting, all the terrain, all the just the sense of community. Hopefully will come across as well. That's one of the things I really miss about when I was a child, and when I've got to go to Pang. Went for Christmas 1 year as well, and I got to participate in a whole bunch of the Christmas activities, all the games, all the things going on in the evenings where the whole community's jammed into the gym and everyone's laughing and having a good time and being together. It's I think it's one of the things I miss down here. Like I'm close with my family and close with a few friends, but the overall sense of community isn't quite the same. It's more tight knit up, I find, in the Arctic. I don't know if it's the small community, if it's the whole heritage part where that's how people survived, so it's carried on. I really love that part. Like I said, with sharing the food when we were kids, making sure people that couldn't hunt anymore, elders, people that just didn't have a machine or something to get out and on the land, and just to make a difference. You make a difference when you get to do things like that in such a wonderful, positive way that I think, in my opinion, shaped a lot of who I am now. Knowing that you're responsible for other people, if you can be, and I've tried to carry that on throughout my life whenever I can.